How's it going, everybody? Now for this video, this is horror movies that I recommend. Now before I start this video, I want to give a shout out to Kyle Valder. He's grinding on his channel, he makes good videos, good content, and please check out his channel. And he's done a video sort of like this, a few weeks back. And so yeah, I decided why not talk about the horror movies that I recommend. So yeah, let's start this video now. And besides, I'm not ranking these. I'm just talking about the horror movies that I recommend. Now, first up, we have the Scream franchise. Now, I recommend all four of these films. I really do. I recommend all four. And Scream 1, 2, 3, and 4. A lot of people hate some of the sequels, which is I don't understand why, because the sequels are somewhat entertaining also. And this is like original type franchise to me. They come up with some new ideas most of the time. And yes, I started my revisiting review of the Scream series. So yeah, that review series is gonna continue. So yeah, on the Scream franchise, I highly recommend. Those y'all that have not seen the Scream films, I highly recommend them. Wes Craven's he's the man. Now next we have Friday the 13th, the final chapter, which is the fourth film in the freaking franchise, and they made a bunch more after this, but Friday the 13th, the final chapter is just amazing film. I watched this a few hours ago, and I hadn't seen it in a while, and I forgot how good this movie was. It wasn't just, just stab, 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 and no story. No, this is why this is one of my favorite Friday the 13th films. It's probably my number one favorite. Is because Jason was pretty scary in this, and the story was really good, and you loved all the characters. And you got this funny character in the film that's actually a pretty cool character, and these characters are fun characters, and um he ends up getting that girl and shit. They go upstairs, they end up fucking, of course. In a lot of horror movies, they end up fucking and then they end up getting killed off. He ends up getting killed off. He's like, where's the fucking corkscrew? And y'all probably know what I'm talking about if y'all seen it. But this film is it's great even if Jason ain't killing. While people ain't getting slaughtered, it's great until the kills happen, and it's still great because they keep you on the edge of your seat by these characters, and this Friday the 13th film is amazing, and I love the opening scene. That's crazy. This movie came out in 1984. Yeah, 1984, and they had a great opening sequence in the film that was amazing. Leaved off pretty much immediately after Friday the 13th Part 3. I love Friday the 13th final chapter. Next we have the Friday the 13th remake. Now a lot of people shit on this remake. Every time I watch this film, which I haven't seen in a while, but I've seen this film a lot, and every time I watched it, I could never see what a lot of other people were seeing. Jason was way more scary. I think this is the scariest Jason. And they want to do something different with the remake. Like I said before, you're supposed to do something original with the remake, and they kind of did that in here. Jason kidnapped somebody. It's different. From Jason, and Jason's way scarier in this freaking movie. This is the Jason I will be horrified of. This is the Jason that's fucking angry and that would just bash through anybody. This is the Jason I love, and yeah, Friday the 13th final chapter and Friday the 13th remake is probably my favorite Jason movies. And this had the great soundtrack. Great soundtrack. I love this film. That's another film I highly recommend. All these films I highly recommend. Next we have the Insidious franchise. Now, y'all probably why do you compare franchises? Because some of these franchises I can highly recommend. This whole franchise, I can highly recommend. Even my least favorite, I highly recommend. My least favorite is Insidious Chapter 3, but I still highly recommend it because The scares are still on point. The story's still on point, but it just ain't my favorite one. And I even highly recommend it. Says that a lot of people freaking hate this film, but I highly recommend it because I enjoyed the film. And the film has great soundtrack. Like to me, I highly recommend Insidious Chapter 1, 2, definitely. I highly recommend all of these films. And to me, the soundtrack in this film is almost as iconic as Halloween soundtrack. That's how good the soundtrack is. But the soundtrack is scarier though. But Halloween soundtrack is also a little better, of course. But this soundtrack is almost as iconic as Halloween. That's how good the city's soundtrack is. And I heard people on over Facebook, horror sites on there, on horror groups, like people be posting, "What's your favorite horror soundtrack?" I heard people say Insidious, and stuff. It's crazy. I heard some people say that. Now next, we have Halloween 1978. What more can I say? Yes, this one didn't have a great story. This is what this. It had a decent story, but it was like simple, but it was still good. It was still entertaining. In this film, they concentrated mostly on tension and building, and the atmosphere. They concentrated on that mostly in the film, and you didn't expect a lot of kills to happen in the film, and it was original for that time. Next up, we have Halloween 4, not Halloween 5, Halloween 4. Halloween 4 is a great sequel to the Halloween franchise. And Halloween 5, they left you with Halloween 5 a disappointment, sort of like Bride of Chucky if you think about it. Because in Bride of Chucky how the baby came out and you're like, oh my god, what's going to happen next, right? And then see the Chucky fucked it up. That's sort of what Halloween 5 did. Because Halloween 4 had a great ending. It makes you think what's going to happen next in Halloween 5, right? And you get to Halloween 5, like, what the fuck did they do wrong? Like, they did a lot of shit wrong in Halloween 5. The kills were great and everything, but the story was stupid. The mask was stupid. Halloween 4, everything was great except the mask. Everything was great. The soundtrack, everything. It felt like fall. It felt like Halloween. It was amazing. Halloween 4 is an amazing film, and a lot of parts in this film gives me chill bumps every time I watch it. Next, we have Halloween 2018. Now, this film is going to hold up to me all these years. Like, it's going to still be great. And Halloween 2018 is just amazing. It's a classic. And I loved it. The kills are great. The soundtrack is great. It felt like fall at times. Like there's certain scenes in this film where I had that fall feel. It made me feel good. Like I'm like, oh my god. I felt like I could just walk outside and the leaves be blowing and shit. And I could just walk outside and it's fresh air fall. That's some parts in the scene. Some parts in this movie felt like. And it was epic. The mask was great and everything. The kills are great. The story was great. The characters are great. I love it. And hopefully Halloween Kills will be just as good as this epic inclusion of Halloween. I will love to see some epicness in Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. And hopefully it does that. Now next I have the original Child's Play. Now what more can I say that I haven't been said before? This film built tension. It was sort of like, you can almost compare this to the original Halloween just by a little bit, because it's so slow burn boil. Like, that's what the first Halloween did, and that's what this movie did also. And this movie is a classic. It's gonna remain a classic. It's amazing. It was scary at times, but you can't deny like that how this was the scariest Child's Play film. Like, it was creepier. At times. You didn't know when Chucky was coming back to life. You didn't know when Chucky was coming to life. And then you found out he was talking with any bears in him. And then Chucky started turning human. Like, that was some scary shit right there. Love Child's Play. I highly recommend it if you hadn't seen it. Next, we have Child's Play 2. What more can I say about this one? Child's Play 2, everything about the kills, the characters. Love this freaking movie. this is the film I watched. So like Chucky was my childhood memories. I had fun memories of watching Child's Play 1 and 2 over and over and over again. So did Bride of Chucky. I actually watched that one over and over again also. So Child's Play 2 is just amazing. The ending was epic. The freaking, like, everything about this film was epic. I love Child's Play 2. Next we have Hellfest. Now, Hellfest, I don't hear people talking about too much. And Hellfest is another one I highly recommend. If you love gory kills, this film has that. I enjoy this film from start to finish. I highly recommend this film. Next, we have the Conjuring universe. The reason I recommend all this whole universe, the Conjuring universe, is because you probably gotta watch all of them to know what's going on in the next movie. Basically, like before the Conjuring 3 comes out, you probably gotta watch The Nun and the Conjuring 1 and 2 and the Curse of La Llorona and the first Annabelle and Annabelle Creation, Annabelle Comes Home, and The Nun. Probably gotta watch all those before you see the Conjuring 3 possibly. So that's why I highly recommend the Conjuring universe. And I highly recommend this whole Conjuring universe. So yeah, I highly recommend the Conjuring universe if you hadn't seen it, because the Conjuring universe is damn good and it's going to get bigger over time. Literally, when the Conjuring 3 comes out, that might be one of the biggest horror films. Next to It, Chapter 2, because It Chapter 2 is actually pretty huge. Now, here we go. Now go to The Pumpkin Carver. Now, I talked about this film a lot. This film is also a great film to watch on October. I highly recommend this film. If you love, movies that take place on fall, if you like to feel that fall feel, this film is great. The kills are gory. You will love this film. I highly recommend this film. So yeah, I guess that's it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe and share, and also hit the bell so you know new videos uploaded. Peace out. Hope you enjoyed this video. Now I'm out. Peace.